Woo! I'm going to do another one. And what comes after the cleric, but naturally the druid. And as I look over it real quick, they made him D8 hit points, which is like the cleric. It's a good hit die. Yield 12 wisdom and a 15 charisma to be a druid. And that's humans and half elves. Human unlimited, half elf like 8th level. Some editions let halflings do it, but not in Dragonslayer. So half elf and human. Wisdom and charisma prime rec if you're using that. D8 starts with a standard 3d6. And it says their role is spellcaster and second line fighter and healer. So they're backup healers, backup fighters. And they got to be neutral. So nothing's really changed on that. They give them ancient common like the cleric, but Keltoi. It's a secret language of Druid. So they have a secret language again. It is more XP than the previous editions, as been standard. Woo, everything went fuzzy. Took my glasses off. Oh gosh, I can't see for nothing. This is almost a straight clone of what's in AD&D. There's some minor changes coming up, but not a whole lot. There we go. Blunt weapon, short sword, hand axe, and sax. So they have a variant version of the dagger in this game. And they can't wear metal armor or shields, but they can use leather armor, wooden shields, just like AD&D, basically. +2 on saves versus fire and electrical. Standard. And then they do the same thing they do with the other spellcasting classes. If you got a 15 wisdom, then you can get a bonus first spell and a bonus second level spell. So you're helped out a little bit in the lower levels for spell. And like everyone else, single spell memorization, which I'm a huge fan of. Use the same magic items as clerics, and they can make scrolls and spell stones or scribe spell scrolls. So you can say you scribe your spell on a rock, which I did that for my Lore Monster variant in a recent OSE game before I even read this. So parallels again, I dig it. But unless otherwise noted, they use the same magic items as a cleric. There would be some exceptions. There's certain things they can't use. Sylvan language at 3rd. I think this is just the same as AD&D. You can speak to all the force fares. Then 4th level, pass without trace at will. Then 5th, you can identify everything. Now here's where it starts to get a little different. At 7th level, you get the animal shape as an innate thing. So you start being able to morph like your MMOs and such. Here's the other main difference is that sacred stones. If you're within 30 feet of a standing stone or within a stone circle, all your durations for all your spells are increased by 3 rounds. So if you fight a druid at a druid circle, things are going to be against you, right? And then this is one of the few that actually addresses something at name level. The cleric didn't say anything about getting cleric followers at name level or anything. So Druid Grove at level 9, you can build a Druid Grove or build your stone circle, and you attract D4 +2 apprentice druids, 1st and 2nd level. Very, very basic domain level thing. I dig it. And then it includes the first level spell, first level saving throws, which is all you really need to see as a player when you're making your character. And then the spell progression is slightly superior to that of the cleric, as you get 2 first level spells as opposed to their 1. And at 2nd level, you start casting 2nd level spells. So they actually have greater spell ability. So if you have a 15 wisdom, that's 3 first level spells as a first level druid. And at 2nd level, as a druid, you'd have 3 first level and 2 2nd level because of the higher wisdom. If you have a regular wisdom, though, you're getting 2nd level spells at 2nd level. That's pretty powerful in a low level group, to be honest. I don't really run them. where the focus tends to be more on mega dungeons and dungeon crawling. We don't do a lot of outdoor stuff. I could see a group of druids and rangers being very formidable and being a lot of fun to play as a theme group, right? We're reclaiming the forest and then stuff like that. Their base attack bonus is, same as a cleric, +1 at 4 and goes up to +4. So their best attack gets is 12. So unless you have a decent strength and stuff, you're not going to be doing the heavy damage dealing. But you are very versatile. I think it's probably the most versatile hybrid that there is in Dragonslayer. Very versatile. The spell selection for druids is decent. There's a lot of things they focus on and get earlier than clerics, and some things they don't get as a cleric does. Like their cure light wounds and stuff are higher level. So you don't get a cure light wounds at first level, but you got a bunch of neat little first level spells. They don't get channeling. None of the hybrid classes can channel their spells into something else. So the spells you mim are the spells you mim. The healing on the animal shape is actually reduced. I remember it was percentage in a few other editions and stuff, but this is D6 plus 5 damage healing when you transform, which is decent. It's decent, but it's not game breaking. Not like the percentage you could really work. You could really work it in older AD&D with your shape shifting and get your hit points back. The fact they have a D8 hit die is pretty good. It's pretty good. Goes over the in the general description, talks about being skilled astrologers and being focused on the life cycle of nature and stuff. Basic. If you know how to play a druid, there's nothing different. It's interesting, but it's not game breaking. And the big one I want to work on next, I got a lot to talk about, will be the monk. But the druid, I don't run them a lot. I would make it, once I start house ruling, we're playing raw as much as possible right now. Once I start house ruling, I'm going to allow halflings to be druids. Maybe let them go up to 6 like I do a fighter. Or whatever match what their cleric level is, That's a setting thing. So if you're doing team short in the wilderness, that might be something to think about. But as written, no, just half elves and humans. But yeah, nothing major except these standing stones. Very vanilla. But then again, we'll be honest, not a lot of people play druids. It's one of those classes that could disappear from your game and no one's going to notice. No one's going to care. You can play clerics with lots of restrictions and do that in a game if you do more restrictions based on deity. So druid's one of them classes that could disappear tomorrow and a lot of people are not going to miss it. So my opinion. But for Dragonslayer, they have a role. So if you're doing a lot of hex crawl stuff, very useful. Very useful. But not game breaking. That's all I got to say about them. Yeah. Later, guys.